Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. It is Saturday morning. It feels so good out here. It's probably about 80 degrees here in Maryland already. Just finished my workout, and today is day, I believe, 71 or 72 of my walk to shrink. We call it, some of us call it a walkout. Some people call it our social distance walking club because we started once the quarantine happened, and we were like, okay, if we keep staying in the house eating cheeses, we're going to gain weight. So we need to get out here and get out ahead of it and start walking. So that's what we started doing. Hey, Denise. And so today for me is day 71. I missed one day. It's supposed to be day 72 in a row. I missed one day. I think that was the day I got bit by the dog or something. I had to come back in. But anyway, and what we do, we make videos while we're out and just have discussions with you guys. So this morning, I'm going to have a health talk why I walk. And because listen guys, health is one of the most important topics that we can talk about, because there are a lot of important issues. But if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. You don't feel like doing anything. I mean, if you believe in peaceful protest, if you don't have your health, you can't go out and protest, right? If you believe that, hey, writing letters to the governor or whatever, if you're sick, if you're nauseous, if you're not feeling good, if you're struggling in your health, you don't feel like doing those things. So health is one of the most important subjects that we can talk about. So what I'm going to do this morning is just share with you some of the things that I know about health, and I want you all to glean some things from these tips. And is there things that you know that I want you to comment there as well? So I want you to understand that 80% of all diseases come from a mineral deficiency, right? From mineral deficiencies. But when you correct the deficiencies, disease can go away. So we know the Bible says our bodies are fearfully and wonderfully made. So if you give your body what it needs in the form that it can use it in, your body will do amazing things, and that is to heal itself. So you don't have to believe the hype and the lies of the doctor of, oh, you're going to be diabetic all your life, you're going to even be on dialysis all your life, or there's no cure for this, there's no cure for cancer. Yes, there is. I'm here to tell you, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Old cells can die off and new healthy ones can form if you give your body the right components. It's simple. It's really so simple, guys. But doctors don't get trained in natural medicine, right? They don't get trained in the healing of the body. They get trained in cutting. They get trained in drugging, but they don't get trained in healing. Most doctors' answer to anything is surgery and drugs. I was talking to my father last night about my grandfather, and I remember I was a teenager. He got his leg cut off. I said, oh, did he have diabetes? He said, no, they cut it off because of gout. Well, back then, that was in 88, we didn't know about natural things. We didn't have any answers for my grandfather's gout, so they cut his leg off, guys, because of gout. Now we would have known all kinds of natural things to help him to alleviate the gout, and from the cherry juice and getting him off of meats that have the lactic acid in and different things. So yeah, 80% of all diseases can be traced back to a mineral deficiency. Now, understand that our bodies can make some vitamins, but it cannot make any minerals. Minerals have to come from an outside source. Minerals come from rocks. Minerals come from the ground. And so, if the minerals are in the soil, that's the way that they get into the food. The only way the minerals can get into the food is if they're in the ground. Well, there's a Senate document report called Senate Document 264. And back then, I think it was in the 1930s, it said that our soil-bearing crops were 95% depleted of all of its mineral content. So do you all think it's gotten better or worse? Of course, worse. So if it was 95% depleted then, and then we don't do like the Bible says and let the ground rest, and we have all these extra herbicides and pesticides and stuff now, it's gotten worse. And so that means that if your lettuce, if your collard greens, if your sweet potatoes are growing in soil that is depleted of minerals, your food doesn't have the full spectrum of minerals that it should have. And it only needs, like, food can still grow without all the minerals that it should have. But what happens is void of any substantial nutritional content. So what I'm saying is an apple today may look like an apple did 200 years ago. A carrot today may look like a carrot looked 200 years ago, but it's not the same. They are void. What we are eating, the vegetables. You may say, oh, I eat salad every day. Well, great. That's better than McDonald's. But it's still void of any substantial nutritional content just because the minerals aren't in the soil. If it was in the soil, it'd be different. But if it's not in the soil, it can't get into the food. And so then it can't get into you. Right? It just makes sense. People aren't teaching us basics of health. And that is why we must supplement. That's why you always see me talking about and sharing the supplements and things that I take, because we need to correct these deficiencies. Aches and pains will go away. Diabetes, like is a chromium, indium, vanadium deficiency. High blood pressure is a calcium, magnesium deficiency. And when you take certain minerals, so like minerals have cofactors, so you can be deficient in one mineral, but you need another mineral in order for that mineral really to work in your body. So you need a full spectrum of plant-derived minerals. So minerals typically come in two sizes when you are supplementing. If you get pharmaceutical grade minerals, those minerals are what's called a micron size. If you get like plant-derived minerals, not pharmaceutical grade, the kind that they sell in the store, but really liquid plant-derived ionic minerals, those are angstrom size. An angstrom is an angstrom is 10,000 times smaller than a micron. A micron is too big to get into your cells. An angstrom is the size of mineral particles found in nature. So it's small enough to get up through the root system into the food. So it's small enough, that's how God made it, so it can get right into your cells. So let's say, for example, if you're taking calcium and you're taking micron-sized calcium, you're like, okay, I need calcium. Well, if it can't get into your cells, what does it do? It's floating around your bloodstream, and then it deposits itself. So you heard of like calcium deposits, or sometimes women, it deposits in their breasts, and you get cystic breasts or whatever. So you need to make sure that the minerals that you're taking are small enough particle size to actually get into your cells for your body to utilize. Oh, some people saying something. Aileen said, I didn't know minerals can be used to heal the body. See, most people don't know. This is information that you need to know. So we don't heal our bodies by magic. We don't heal our bodies by drugs. We heal our bodies by nutrition. That's why nutrients are so important, guys. Good morning, Terrell. Hey, LaTanya. How you doing? Who else is out here? Carol, Muriel, Denise. Yes, that's why nutrition is so important. That's why we share about supplementing, because you cannot, listen to this, guys, living in America, you cannot get all the nutrition your body needs for your body to stay healthy from the standard American diet. From the standard American diet, SAD, standard A American D diet, SAD. Y'all get that? The standard American diet is SAD, SAD. And there's not enough nutrition in our food and the food sources here for our bodies to heal themselves. That's why you've got to have a budget for your wellness. You must take aside a portion of what you make and use that to purchase good quality supplementation, so that what you're not getting from what you eat, you are getting from the nutrients that you take. So every day our body needs at least 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids. These are the body's 90 essential nutrients, not 90 optional nutrients. They are the 90 essential nutrients. Does your doctor tell you this? Does he even know? Probably not. So every day, listen to this, write this down. You need 60 minerals, 60 different minerals you should be getting, and you are probably not getting. Some of y'all probably only getting 10% of that. Every day you need 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids, right? You need to do that. Here's another thing that you need to do. So we know we need to get the good nutrition in, but also you got to get the bad stuff out. So we're all suffering from toxic overload. There's toxins in our food. A lot of the food here in the States is fake food. There's toxins in our food. There's toxins in our cleaning supplies. There's toxins in the air. There's toxins in our lotions and parabens and all of that, right? So toxins get in our body lots of ways. Your skin is the biggest organ that you have. That's a big way a lot of it gets in. We breathe in toxins, all that. So when you suffer from toxic overload, a lot of bad things happen in the body. So we have to work on truly detoxing the body. And your doctor will tell you, oh, you go to the bathroom making a bowel movement, that's enough. That is not enough. It's not. Just think about this. Most people eat 3 times a day and they go to the bathroom once. So right there, even if you are eliminating 1 time, that's still 2 meals a day stuck inside of you, putrefying and rotting, causing a breeding ground for disease. Oh my goodness. Guys, since I've been in wellness, it's crazy. I didn't know there was a thing of people not going to the bathroom for a week. Like, some people really don't go to the bathroom all week long. I literally have met a person who thought it was normal. She went once a month. Can you imagine that? Oh my gosh. I'm like, why aren't you dead? Like, you're still living? Ooh, just imagine how that feels. I don't want to imagine how that feels. But anyway, so proper elimination is so important. Really, just think about when a baby's born, a baby eats, a baby goes to the bathroom. But as we start putting the processed foods in, it doesn't happen like that. And then we think it's normal to eat 3 times and go to the bathroom once. So that's not normal. We need to get that old impacted fecal matter out of us. There's pockets in your intestines where it's going up and it's getting hard, it's getting crusty, and it's just staying there. And again, breeding ground for disease. You got to work all of that out. You shower every day. Hopefully you do. Why would you clean the outside of your body every day and not clean the inside? You guys get what I'm saying? Why would you clean the outside of your body every single day and not clean the inside? The inside is even more important. So you think, oh, I would take a shower every day. Why? Because I start stinking if I don't. Well, imagine the stinkiness in the inside of your body. Imagine the dirtiness and the rancidness on the inside of your body because of lack of cleansing. And so, detoxifying your body is really important. And you need to cleanse all of your body's major organs, right? The liver, the colon, the gallbladder. Hey, Coach Danita. Hey, Michael Sharp. The liver, the colon, the gallbladder, the spleen, the kidneys, down to the cellular level. There's cellular sludge. Like, you need to get out. So really, cleansing is very important. So you want to have a clean inside. So, again, get the bad stuff out. Put the good stuff in with the nutrition. And you work on this model. Eat real food, mostly plant-based, and not too much. All right? Eat real food, mostly plant-based, and not too much. I am not a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan. I have no desire to be so. I don't eat a lot of meat. And sometimes I go without eating meat. But I'm not one to say, oh, you shouldn't eat any meat. Because there can be, let me tell y'all the truth, there can be unhealthy vegetarians. Just because a person is a vegetarian does not mean they're healthy. I've known some fat, unhealthy vegetarians. It just meant that they didn't eat meat. It didn't mean they had the proper nutrition. They just didn't eat meat. And they were fat, and they were sick, and they were unhealthy. So just because you say you don't eat meat don't mean a doggone thing, right? But I understand the benefits of minimizing the meats that we eat, because the meat doesn't flow easily out of our system like plant-based, right? And understand too, just because it's plant-based doesn't mean it's good, because soy is very highly processed and has a lot of toxins in it, right? So what we really want to do, and I know this is a work in progress for all of us. We do good sometimes, fall off the wagon, have to get back on. So we're all striving to do better with our wellness and our food. So Never despise small beginnings. Start where you are and, get better as you go. But what we want to do is eat live. A live body needs live food. So we want the cells of what we eat to be living. So when you eat your greens, it's best to have them raw or at least minimally processed. If y'all are like me, your grandmother used to cook greens and she would cook the life out of them greens. I know my grandmother cooked them for hours. Like, why do you have to cook greens for hours? Well, that's how she was raised. That's all she knew. I mean, those greens and everything else we ate was dead when you cook greens for 3 hours. And I remember one time in my 20s, I called my grandmother to see how to cook greens. She said, okay, what type of meat are you using? I was thinking, I'm not going to use any meat. Like, she couldn't imagine me not putting meat, especially pork, in my greens, right? But that's just those traditions and the ways of how they grew up then. And so we want to eat as much live as we can. So if you're going to cook your produce, first of all, we don't have to cook as much as we think we have to cook. Then if you're going to cook it minimally. Like, don't cook the life out of it because, again, you have a live body. Your body is craving live foods. You need enzymes. So you want the enzymes to still be alive in your food. So that's really important. And then another thing to remember is, remember when, was it back in the 80s, I think it was, and everything started being low fat? Y'all remember that? Low fat this, low fat that, and cholesterol, whatever. Eat low fat. Well, guess what happened when America went low fat? America got fatter. They tricked you. They did. The media tricked you by saying, everything should be low fat. Because what they did, they took out the fat and they replaced it with sugar, and we got fatter. Know that good fats help you to be skinny. So we need to eat more good fats, okay? Like avocados. I love avocados. Really, it's a great good fat. Yeah, somebody put up an angry face. We got tricked. They went low fat and everybody got skinny. They went low fat and everybody got fatter. Everybody got fatter from the low fat craze because they replaced the fat with sugar because they still wanted you to buy it. They needed you to still get it. It needed to taste good. So they needed something addictive in it so you could keep coming back. And the sugar keeps us coming back. Yes, it does. So, anyway, thanks for being with me, guys, as I go on this walk. I just wanted to do some schooling today on health. Here's one of my goals. As I age chronologically, to not age as fast biologically. That's a great goal for all of us. So, next year, I'll be 50. My goal is when I turn 50, not to look like it, and inside, not to be 50 years old inside. That takes work. That takes being intentional about what you put in, like about not putting certain things in. Like sometimes what I did the other day. So I really limit fried foods, and thank God I really don't know how to fry anything. Times when I was young, I tried to fry chicken and it just didn't work out. It was bloody inside and burnt on the outside. So I'm glad I don't know how to fry chicken. Yes, this black woman does not know how to fry chicken. So I know to limit fried foods. I learned a long time ago. That's one way that you can add another 20 years to your life, is just by taking out the fried foods. I do eat fried foods now and again, but I don't fry at home, definitely, and I limit it when I go out. But my son was talking about this Korean fried chicken place called Bonchon. He's been talking about it for a year. So after we went to the march the other day, I was by Bonchon. I said, let me try this and see how good it is. So I ordered it. I forget how many pieces. It was $13.95. And I ate a piece of that Korean fried chicken. It didn't even taste that good. But I ate like 2 pieces, and there was probably 8 pieces left or something. And I said, I'm done. Sometimes if I want something, let's say once in a while, if I eat a donut, like I'll eat 1 bite and then say, okay, that's enough, just to get that 1 bite. I'm not going to sit there and keep eating a lot of it. So it kind of just like helps me out for that moment, and then helps me to say, okay, I had some, I don't want any more. Sometimes I think, like, you know what, I'm not going to poison myself with this. Some of the things we eat is just pure poison. And I'm like, no, I don't want that poison, because, like, I know my body, and I know certain things I put in it. You just don't feel good afterwards. And you be mad at yourself, like, why did I do that? Why did I eat that whole cheesesteak sub? I could have just had it half. Why didn't I just take it off the bread? Because now my stomach is bloated. You know, I could have put it in lettuce or lettuce wrap or whatever. So let's just try to be more conscious and cognizant of the choices that we make, okay? And just try to do better. Let's talk about soda. Do you know that soda just like takes the minerals out of your bones? Soda is one of the worst things that you can do to your bone health. Like, I put out a post the other day, and a lot of people were saying how they gave up soda a long time ago. Kudos for you if you've done that. Some people have gotten better. They say, oh, you only drink once a week now or whatever. But just try to eliminate soda from your diet. There's no need for it. I mean, there's no nutritional value at all. It's loaded with sugar. And oh my gosh, please don't say. Some people who really don't know, they say, oh, well, I drink diet soda. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for them. Like, you're worse off. If you're drinking diet soda, now instead of sugar, now you're using a chemical like aspartame or saccharin or something like that, which is even worse, which causes brain cancer and a whole bunch of other bad stuff. So I'm just saying, let's just not do the soda thing. So I wanted to bring that to you all this morning. Let me see what else. Hey Gerald, how you doing? Hey, what's up, Tyree? I haven't seen Tyree in a long time. Michael Sharp said, yeah, diabetic vegetarians too. Absolutely. Jeff said, oh Lord. So Michael Sharp said, get some kombucha. So yeah, that's important too. That's another place where I know I need to get better, is with my my gut health. Gut health is really important. We need to learn more about that. I need to learn and study more about gut health. We need the prebiotics and probiotics. You need your enzymes. You need your digestive enzymes, as well as the probiotics. So get yourself a good quality supplement there. And from what I've learned, when you eat the probiotics, yogurt is that's really not doing anything. That still has a lot of sugar in it, and they really don't have the number of probiotics that really help your gut health. So you want to find a good supplement there as well. Okay? All right, guys. So with this message this morning, I appreciate you listening to this health talk as I walk on day 70. I forgot what it is. What did I say? 72? 71 or 72 of walking. And so, remember that your body is fearfully and wonderfully made. It can renew. I want to encourage you, and I want you to encourage others. Don't listen to the lies of the doctors, and a lot of times they just don't know. They're not trained in nutrition. They're not trained in healing. They're not trained in the ways of Eastern medicine. They're trained in Western medicine and only know what they were taught. That's why Dr. Joe Wallach wrote that book years ago, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Do you remember that? Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And what's the premise of Dead Doctors Don't Lie? That's like, they did a study, and they found out, like, the average American couch potato, not even taking care of their health, could maybe live to like 70, 72, something like that. Then there were the doctors. The average age of a doctor was like low 60s. My numbers are kind of off, but it was like much lower than the average American couch potato. So they did a study. The study was like, wait a minute. If the doctors aren't even living as long as the average American who's not even really taking care of their health proactively, why would we listen to the doctors? It doesn't make sense. So dead doctors don't lie. You should not put your health in the hands of your doctor. Now, if I am in a trauma accident, if I get in a car accident, please take me to a doctor. If I break my leg, get in an accident, something like that, I need to get to a doctor. But when it comes to avoidable nutritional factor diseases, they know very little. So you can go to the doctors and you can find out what they say. Have them to run the tests, check your numbers and your levels, but then it's up to you. Then you got to figure out, not your doctor, because as soon as you tell, he says, oh, you got diabetes, metformin, here you come. I'm telling you, that's what they know. They're not going to tell you about something natural that can lower your blood sugar. They're not going to tell you about the benefits of chromium, indium, and vanadium as minerals. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you about metformin, and they're going to tell you about insulin. But they're not going to tell you if you keep shooting up with insulin, that can lead to liver disease. They're not going to tell you that. Liver cancer. That's what I meant to say, liver cancer. Oh, no. They're just going to get right out the prescription, right? They're not going to tell you if something happens and you get on dialysis that you can actually get off of dialysis. Seen it done with plenty of people. Dialysis isn't always your kidneys bad. It's like the tubes going towards your kidneys have become clogged. You unclog those and you can start urinating again. But understand, I think the average diabetic is worth $345,000 to the system, right? A year. So they kind of want you sick. The powers that be would love for you to stay sick. There's a big sickness business in America. It's all about, the dollars. And y'all heard about the people being paid off. This guy the other day in, where was he at? Hillsborough, North Carolina, was talking about how his grandfather had cancer, diabetes, 4 or 5 different ailments, right? And he died. The hospital offered to pay them $1,300 if they could put COVID-19 on the death certificate. Are y'all hearing me? He was talking about this on the radio the other day. They offered him money so they could say he died from COVID-19, right? That's a whole nother topic, right? Oh, hold on. Oh, Rhonda says she's on the track. She's almost done. Awesome. So, the people who are dying of COVID-19 mainly are the most vulnerable people. They already had things wrong with them in their body. So people talk about a lot of disproportionate number of black people. Well, not only is there a wealth gap between us and them with black people, there's a health gap. So our health suffers for many different reasons, but we have an disproportionate number of people who have high blood pressure and diabetes and suffer from obesity, which is at epidemic proportions, right? Absolutely. So, anyway, guys, all right, let me go ahead and finish this walk. Hopefully you have been inspired to put more intention into your health and making it a way of life. I talked to a guy yesterday. He was like, oh, yeah, before I do such and such, I'm going to go on a diet. And I was like, well, why diet? How about just make some lifestyle changes so it's not just for a short period of time, but it's a way of doing things. So, sometimes, I lost 6 pounds last week because I was on my Drink2Shrink, I should drink it, away from food. And, that Drink2Shrink was tasting so good. So I was on my Drink2Shrink, getting that in. And then I made sure, I also cut out bread. So I don't eat bread a lot, but when I take it totally out my diet, that really helps my stomach. I don't get as bloated. So between that and the Drink2Shrink, my stomach really got really flat. So if I go back to eating bread, it just be a little bit. Right? And then sometimes I may get on a kick and I call my girlfriend Tammy. Oh my God, Tammy, I ate 2 bagels today. Because sometimes you fall off and you do that. I'm like, oh my goodness, why'd I eat this? Sit here and eat 2 bagels. I sit here and I ate 5 handfuls of Cheez-Its. But last night I wanted something crunchy, so I got some celery. So if you go to the grocery store and you put good stuff in the house, that helps you to make better choices when the time comes. So I wanted something crunchy, so I had 3 celery sticks with natural peanut butter because we want to stay away from the hydrogenated oils. So look on the back of your food labels. Make sure it's not hydrogenated oil. So I used the natural peanut butter, and then I put some raisins on it. And I ate 3 of those. I was like, this is good. Got another one. I was like, this is good. And got another one. But so I fulfilled that crunch. It tasted good, but it was better than me having chosen Cheez-Its like I was doing right when the quarantine started, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna be like those people that say, oh my gosh, look at me, I done gained 15 pounds, I done gained 5 pounds. That's why Jeff and I was like, no, we're gonna start walking, we're gonna go out and get ahead of this thing, so even if we just maintain, we don't gain. And I've talked to quite a few of my friends that are like, oh my gosh, during this quarantine, I've gained 14 pounds, 15 pounds, 10 pounds, or whatever. That's easy to do, guys. So if that has happened to you, or if it hasn't happened to you, get out and start walking with us. At least do that, right? At least get the walk on. So that'll help you to maintain. Start making better food choices. Start supplementing. Get in your... Oh, no, I forgot about this when I was saying eat real food, mostly plant-based and not too much, right? You really don't need to eat every day. That's the not too much part. You don't have to eat 3 meals a day, but sometimes people break it up smaller and eat 6. I'm just saying we're just trained to eat 3 times a day, but you don't have to eat 3 times a day. There's some people who say, oh, girl, I don't know why I gained so much weight. I don't even eat that much. They don't eat that much, but when they do eat, it's something that's not good for them or something that is not packed with nutrition. So even if you don't eat that much and you only eat 1 time a day, and that 1 time a day isn't valuable to your body, then you're still not really, helping yourself out. But follow that. Eat real food. So real food is like eating close to nature, eating close to the ground, live, real food, not processed. Eat real food, mostly plant-based, and then not too much. It's okay to practice calorie restriction. You don't want to starve your body, but you really don't have to eat 3 times a day. So a lot of times people eat not because they're hungry, they eat because it's just a habit of eating at a certain time. And then sometimes people aren't really hungry, they're really dehydrated, but your body thinks you're hungry. But if you drank some good quality water, alkaline water or whatever, that hunger would go away. And then sometimes the food that we eat, the chemicals in it makes us want more. We really don't need more, but it's just the sugar in it or other chemicals are in there, and it makes you crave more. So anyway, I could go on and on. Tiffany says, check the inbox question I sent you last week. Okay, I must have missed that. Tiffany. So, you guys have an awesome day. I love my Facebook family. Y'all keep being positive. Keep soaring. Keep knowing that there's just greatness in you. You are on this earth for an experience that should be happy, that should be healthy, that should be terrific. You should be excited every day about life. You should be prospering. You should know that this is an abundant world and that there's no lack and limitation but what you create for yourself and your mind. So, if you're experiencing lack, limitation, or scarcity right now, shift that mindset. Get into a mindset of prosperity, abundance, and increase, because it's all here for you. You just got to get into the frequency to receive it. All right, guys, I love you all. You all have a great day. I got about 30 more minutes left, and I'm going to cut this off so I can get to walking faster. Bye-bye.